Alright, quick investor rundown on Apple. What's new, what's coming, and what they're paying in dividends. First, the dividend, because I know that's the hook. Apple currently pays 0.26 per share per quarter. That annualizes to about $1.04 per share, which is roughly a 0.42% yield at recent prices. The latest payment hit on February 12, 2026, and the next ex-dividend date is May 12, 2026, with payment on May 15, 2026. If you're timing it, remember, hold before the ex-date to be eligible. Now the growth side, because dividends are nice, but projects and revenue drive the story. Apple just announced a massive $500 billion US investment plan over the next 5 years. Server production kicking off in Houston later this year, plus a new 250,000 square foot server manufacturing facility scheduled to open in 2026. That's thousands of jobs and a dedicated push into AI server hardware. They're also launching a manufacturing academy in Detroit and hiring around 20,000 new workers across these initiatives. Why servers? 2 reasons. 1. Apple Intelligence needs horsepower, on-device and in the cloud. 2. Controlling the stack gives Apple margin and security advantages. On the AI front, the biggest near-term product is the Siri overhaul expected this spring. Think more conversational and able to string together multi-step tasks. That's the kind of upgrade that can lift engagement across the ecosystem. And Apple's not exactly strapped for cash while doing this. They've kept AI-specific capex tighter than peers, and they're still sitting on over $130 billion in cash and marketable securities. Optionality matters in a noisy market. Services are another quiet engine here. Generative AI apps paid Apple nearly $900 million in App Store fees in 2025 alone, and projections say that crosses $1 billion in 2026, mostly from subscription commissions. Apple's 30% cut in year 1, dropping to 15% after, adds up fast when AI apps scale. Hardware isn't sitting still either. The new iPhone 17e starts at $599 with 256 gigs of storage. That lowers the entry price for the latest family, which is a big deal for upgrade cycles and switchers. You can already see the momentum. In fiscal Q1, iPhone revenue jumped 23% year-over-year to $85.3 billion, about 59% of Apple's quarterly revenue. For full-year fiscal 2025, iPhone still accounted for roughly half of revenue. Looking ahead, analysts are leaning positive. Jefferies is forecasting Apple's first quarter fiscal 2026 EPS to grow around 15%, roughly 6% above consensus, with revenue growth around 10% to 12% for that quarter. For fiscal 2026 and 2027, they see revenue up 9% and 7%, and EPS up 12% and 10%. That's a steady compounder profile if execution holds. So how do I frame this if I'm an investor? Yield. Low, but predictable. 0.26 quarterly. Next ex-date May 12th. Payment May 15th. Growth drivers. AI servers and infrastructure in Houston. Detroit Academy talent pipeline. Siri overhaul for sticky services. More affordable iPhone entry point to widen the funnel. Cash and services. Wonder 30B Plus in cash gives flexibility. App Store AI fees are trending past $1 billion this year, cushioning hardware cycles. Risks. If AI features slip or the server rollout lags, the story leans more incremental than transformational. Also, that 0.42% yield won't satisfy income-focused investors by itself. It's more of a bonus on top of a growth name. My quick playbook. If you're here for income, understand this isn't a high-yield stock. If you're here for growth, watch the 2026 Siri upgrade rollout, the Houston facility ramp, and iPhone 17e demand through holiday cycles. Those are the checkpoints. Bottom line, Apple's dividend is steady, the balance sheet is fortified, and the 2026 pipeline, AI-infused Siri, server manufacturing, and a broader iPhone entry, sets them up for durable earnings. If they hit their marks, the multiple can stay supported, and the dividend quietly compounds in the background. That's the update. If you found this helpful, tap like and let me know what you want me to break down next. Thanks for watching.